Hi, hello, and namaste. Welcome to an interesting episode on the Teacher's Day special podcast. Yes, today's teacher is a teacher who has his story full of educating facts. A teacher who learned and taught with examples, who did not believe in teachings of books but teaching through life. Come on, let's get started and dive into an interesting session of today. Just close your eyes. Trust me, close your eyes. Time travel back to 1893. Yes, I'm talking about an era which is very old, right? And talk about a city called Chicago. There's a monk from India who stands in a basic orange robe, okay, in front of a vast audience. Okay, he is nervous, and because nobody knows him. And when he begins, his first words are, "Sisters and brothers of America." The hall explodes with applause. The applause that lasts for 2 minutes. That moment changed the world's view about India forever. The monk was none other than Swami Vivekananda, the voice of India's soul, the spirit of her youth. And now you may be keen in knowing that how did a small boy from Calcutta rise to such greatness? Come, let's journey into his life. Swami Vivekananda was born in 1863 as Narendranath in Calcutta. From the very beginning, young Naren was fearless. He loved climbing trees. Elders warned him, "Don't climb." The little boy did not listen. They scared him that the ghosts lived there. He still wasn't scared. He said, "If ghosts exist, then let them come. I want to see them." Now, this fearless curiosity never left him. Now, as this little boy grew, he was very restless and he had questions. He had a question that, have you seen the God? He would meet all the priests, every scholar he met, he would ask them only this one single question: have you seen the God? Now, most of them avoided him until he met Sri Ramakrishna Paramhans at Dakshineshwar. The moment young Naren asked him the same question, you know what Ramakrishna Paramhans replied? He said, "Yes, I see him as clearly as I see you, and I can show him to you." Now that answer shook him. Slowly, under Ramakrishna's guidance, the rebellious youth became the seeker of truth. Once he was taken up by the Guru, he learned many new things. And after his Guru's passing, Narendra became Swami Vivekananda. He wandered across India as a monk, learning from people and teaching wherever he went. Now, there was a place called Khetri. In Khetri, a boy tried to climb into his lap. His attendants were like, no, they scolded the child. But Vivekananda stopped him and he just said, "Don't scold him. Don't you see God in his eyes?" Now that was Swami Vivekananda. While wandering, once he reached Varanasi. Monkeys chased him. He ran until a monk shouted, "Face them, don't run." Vivekananda turned, looked at the monkeys in their eyes, and they fled. The lesson he learned there was face the life's problem boldly, never run away. Then, while crossing the river on the boat, he saw some mischievous boys throwing stones at him. The boatman panicked, but Vivekananda calmly stood and looked into the boys' eyes and said, "Brothers, if you wish to throw the stones, throw it at me, not at this poor man who's earning his livelihood. He's working." The boys were so moved by his courage and compassion that they stopped immediately. The lesson was strength with compassion will win the hearts. Now, while he was traveling with some fellow monks, at night everybody slept. Now, at that moment, some thieves, they tried to steal their belongings. Now, all the saints were like panicked, like thieves are there. But Vivekananda, instead of fighting with them, he told the monks, "Sleep peacefully. Let them take whatever they want. We came into this world empty-handed. And when we go, we will leave the same way." The thieves overheard this. They felt ashamed and returned everything to those monks. Now remember, detachment disarms even the hardest hearts. Now see, these are all incidents that have actually given a lot of things to us, isn't it? We learn so many lessons from these. Now, wherever he went, Vivekananda carried stories full of wisdom. Now, once a group of students asked him, "How do you deal with fear?" He told them a story. He said, once a dog was chased by his own shadow. The more it ran, the more shadow followed it. Finally, tired, the dog sat down. And the moment he sat down, the shadow disappeared. Now that's how fear works. Face it. Don't run away from it. Fear vanishes the moment you confront it. Amazing lesson. While traveling, when he was roaming in the West, once a lady asked him, "Swamiji, why don't you eat meat? Don't you feel weak without it?" Now Vivekananda smiled and pointed at an ox pulling a heavy cart. He said, "Look at that animal. It eats only grass, right? Yet its strength." Now, remember, strength doesn't come from meat, but from discipline and purity. So, what we get to know from here is that truth strength lies in character and discipline. There are many more stories. Once a young student asked him, "Swamiji, how to improve concentration?" Vivekananda told him, "Take a magnifying glass. Place it under the sun." What happens? When the sun rays pass through that magnifying glass, they fall on a point, and soon that point catches fire, right? But If you move the glass constantly, nothing happens. Now that's the secret. Focus all your mind at one point, and success will follow. In these ways, many more things happened, like the incident at the Parliament of Religions in 1893. That was the changing point on the way the world looked at India. He declared, "We believe not only in tolerance but universal acceptance." As different streams having their sources in different places all mingle in the ocean, so all the religions lead to God. Now that speech put India's spiritual wisdom on the world map. Back in India, Vivekananda became a symbol of hope for youth. In Madras, student asked him for a message. He thundered, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." When asked what India needed the most, muscles of iron, nerves of steel, strong minds in strong bodies. That is the foundation of strong nation. Now that was his view about what India needs. In America, there was a wealthy industrialist, John D. Rockefeller. He visited Vivekananda. Initially, he was very arrogant. All rich people are, right? He was very arrogant. He said he needed nothing from the monk. Vivekananda listened silently and then told him, "You are not the owner of your wealth. You are merely its trustee. Use it for the welfare of others." Rockefeller was stunned. He went home, and the very next day he announced his first act of charity. Vivekananda's wisdom planted the seeds of philanthropy in one of the richest men of the world. Talking about his legacy, Vivekananda has been the eternal youth icon. Though he lived only for 39 years, Vivekananda left behind the fire that still burns in every heart. He founded the Ramakrishna mission, taught that service to man is the service to God, and gave India's youth a vision of strength, courage, and self-confidence. Now that was the story of this mighty saint or the monk who changed India's position globally. Swami Vivekananda was not just a monk, he was India's voice to the world and the world's message to India. As said, they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. And that is why even today he remains the monk who awakened India. Now, if you found this story interesting and you feel that yes, that's the kind of inspiration that I was looking for, please go ahead, like and share the video. And definitely, if you wish, you can subscribe to our channel, where we will be coming up with more such interesting points, interesting stories, and interesting facts. So, see you there in the next episode. See you soon. Till then, it's Mukta signing off on part of Mukta's Wisdom Waves. Thank you.